So I got around to watching Ma Rainey's *SPOILDER-FREE*. It's a Netflix original movie starring Chadwick Boseman, and I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Alongside Chadwick Boseman is Viola Davis, as well as Coleman Domingo. My overall thoughts of the movie are pretty simple. It had a great casting, great acting, honestly A+ acting, and I do think the two main leads should be nominated for an Oscar. And honestly, I think Chadwick Boseman should win the Oscar. He has my top performances of the year so far. And then Viola Davis as Ma Rainey is a spectacular performance. And honestly, she wasn't on my actress radar at all before this movie, but I really want to go back and see some of her older projects. Two of my other favorite things in this movie were the writing and the screenplay, as well as the cinematography. The movie took place in only 2 locations, and then one of the other locations was only in the movie for a little bit of time. The first location was the recording room. This is where the band got together, as well as Ma Rainey. This is where they recorded all the songs, and this is where a majority of Ma Rainey's performance was held. The next room was the band room, which is where a majority of the movie takes place, and this is where we see the majority of Chadwick Boseman's A+ acting. There are 3 specific scenes in that band room itself that make me think Chadwick Boseman deserves the Oscar. The first one was where he's talking about his mother. The second one is where he's talking about God. The third one is the final scene of the entire movie, and I don't want to spoil it for you. The first scene in the band room that I was talking about, where he speaks about his mother and his backstory, really just pushes you right into the action. I guess it's not really action more as it is emotion, and honestly, it came really unexpected. I don't want to tell you exactly what he said because then that'd spoil the movie for you, but it surprised me in a way that I was excited but also confused at the same time. I was confused by the fact that they were like deep diving into his emotions when we really didn't know much about the character ahead of time, but they ended up explaining it as his character was letting go of his emotions and explaining his whole life story. The second scene in the band room is about Chadwick Boseman kind of preaching / yelling at God, because Coleman Domingo's character really believes in God and has all of his faith put in God, whereas Chadwick Boseman's character Levy has kind of been let down by God his whole life. It really turns into an intense action kind of scene. Really quickly, it does turn into some sort of a mini action scene inside of a tiny band room. And that's what I want to talk about next. The cinematography in this band room was excellent. The screenplay writer / cinematographer did a great job of making that band room seem way larger than it actually was, splitting each section of the room into kind of one for each band member. There were 4 total band members. Those include Chadwick Boseman's character Levy, Coleman Domingo's character, whose name is Cutler, as well as the 2 other band members. By the end of this movie, Levy's character's emotions go all out, go all over the place. Stuff goes down and he gets pretty violent. I'm not going to explain exactly what happened because again, I don't want to spoil it for you. The next thing I want to talk about is Viola Davis's performance as Ma Rainey. My favorite things about her character is the truthfulness, as well as the stubbornness and her being an absolute diva. I love that her character knows that she can take advantage of the white men because they need her in order to actually make money for themselves. The whole point of this movie is Ma Rainey's basic journey to be able to record the song, what happens while recording it, and what the white men have to go through to actually get her to record it. She knows that she's going to make these white men do everything she wants before she actually finishes recording the song, which is called Ma Rainey's *SPOILDER-FREE*. And she does this because she knows that the white men are just going to give it to other white men to sing. My biggest and honestly only issue with this movie is that there's no set ending or conclusion. Now, there is the big overall story of Ma Rainey and her entire band having to record a song and kind of the journey of them recording it. All of the obstacles they face in the way are basically subplots. One of the subplots is Levy buying shoes in the beginning, which kind of leads to something really abrupt at the end. But I don't want to go any further because I don't want to spoil it. Some of the other subplots just include conversations between the band members themselves, as well as Levy's love affair with Ma Rainey's niece. These subplots make this movie great, however, it doesn't have a large ending conclusion. I know it's kind of pointless for me to bring it up in this review, but I just want to let you guys know before you start the movie. Like I said before, there is no end goal. The end goal is reached. They make the song. Everyone knows that because they showed it in the trailer. And although all of those smaller subplots do get fulfilled, the ending is really abrupt and it doesn't really come to a full close. It seems like the main storyline of them actually finishing the song comes 30 minutes before the movie actually ends. The excellent acting, in addition to the seemingly perfect cinematography and writing, really makes this one of the movies that I'll probably remember for a very long time. But I'm not going to move past the fact that it did lack on overall purpose and really had a non-existent storyline conclusion. Overall, I'm going to give this movie an 8.5 out of 10. I really recommend you guys watch it, and it's on Netflix right now. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know by dropping a like rating down below. Let me know what other movies you guys want me to watch or other movies and games you want me to review. I'm planning on reviewing Mando Season 2 pretty soon. Again, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like rating down below. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.